All right, so this is day 3, arms and shoulders for January. We are going to start with shoulders, we're gonna move into triceps, and we're gonna move into biceps. So the benches are gonna be out flat on the turf. We are gonna use those for a couple of the circuits, but we're not gonna use them for the start of the shoulder circuit. So to start the shoulder circuit, we need the black handle on L1 all the way at the bottom. And then we're actually gonna use the stick this time. So on the paper, you'll see nightstick. That's what Jacques came up with. So that's what we called it on the paper. I don't care what you call it to your clients. And that needs to be on the right side. The red lever, so if you take it to the top of your shoulder and then down 2 notches. It's the best way I could describe it. So for shoulders, we have 3 exercises. We're gonna do each exercise 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch and we're gonna do the circuit twice. So your client may wanna start with the black mat. We're gonna start with an overhead shoulder press. So half kneeling, the knee that's down under our hip, front knee over ankle, and then we are going to press up overhead with the same knee that's down. Keep your shoulders square, your hips square, turn your core on so your back stays nice and tall. 30 seconds. Because we have the nightstick on the other cable, they're gonna have to face the other direction and go with our left arm facing the rig. Same thing, 30 seconds each side. From there, we're gonna do a standing cable front raise for some shoulder work. Bilateral stance, tight glutes, tall back, exhale. Small range of motion, right up to the eyes or the forehead and back down. 30 seconds each arm. And then the last exercise is a 1-arm rear delt pull. So they are going to have the nightstick in their hand, kind of an overhand grip. They are going to exhale as they pull the stick back. Elbow stays almost in line with the shoulder, height-wise, and you're driving that elbow back as far as you can, squeezing into your shoulder blades. Bilateral stance, you want to keep your hips square, your shoulders square, and just pull and squeeze. 30 seconds each arm there. So we have our overhead press, 30 seconds each side. We have our 1-arm front cable raise, 30 seconds each side. And then we have our 1-arm rear delt pull, 30 seconds each side. From here, we are going to use the bench for our biceps. So we need to take the black handle. I'm trying to think of the best transition because we need the nightstick again, but we also need the rope. So let's take the black handle off. Put the rope on the left side. The nightstick's gonna go all the way to the bottom. And the bench is gonna go in line diagonally. I'm trying to think, sorry. What's the best way to do this? Let's line it up straight. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to think down the road to other exercises. So you want the bench head pretty close to the rope. We have 3 exercises here. Our first one is a supine skull crusher. So we are going to be using the rope. We're gonna lie on our back on the bench. People can keep their feet on the floor or put their feet on the bench. They're gonna grab the rope. Elbows in line with your shoulders, exhale, and press straight up, isolating those triceps, elbows stay over shoulders and facing forward. Pull your belly button in to keep your back nice and flat. From there, they're going to come out, we're gonna do bench dips, all right? So you want your back almost to scrape the bench, pull your belly button in, your hips stay lifted, in line. You just drop, elbows go behind, and back down. Exhale as you press away. Clients may not be able to do this for a whole 30 seconds. That's okay. They can take a rest if they need, or they can drop down and just hold as long as they can. Even if it's just a small range of motion, that's okay. 30 seconds there. And then the last one is our 1-arm elevated push-up. They might need to move the bench out of the way and then put it back. That's why I was thinking. I'm not really sure where to put the bench. If we put it at an angle for their S drive, Now, that S drive belongs to this rig, so it might work, except the neighbor needs to use this S drive and the bench is in the way. But regardless, we'll figure it out. It just is a little moving of the bench. We're gonna put one hand on the S drive, other hand on the floor. Both hands are in line with the shoulder, and you are going to exhale as you press up, down, and up. The S drive, if it's on the high tension, it should not move. So we are going to do this circuit 2 times. So the first time through the circuit, they're going to elevate their right hand. The second time through the circuit, they're going to elevate their left hand. So that way they get 30 seconds of each hand elevated. And then that's all for the triceps. We're going to move the bench out of the way. So we have the supine skull crushers with the rope. We have the bench dips, and we have the one hand elevated on the S drive tricep push-ups. And now for biceps, we are going to do a server curl, 2-arm server curl. So the client is gonna sit on the floor, feet are gonna go on the footrest, and they're gonna use our twin L2. So the movement, your arms start straight, you're gonna pull back into a row, straight, bicep curl, back into a row, bicep curl, okay? Keep those elbows tucked in nice and tight. 30 seconds there. Then we're gonna lie down and we are going to do a supine bicep curl. I can't remember if I said that last one was a supine server curl. I feel like I did. It's not. You're sitting on your butt, facing the rig, pull back and curl, pull back and curl. The second exercise is a supine cable curl. So both feet are gonna go on the footrest, lie down on your back, elbows tucked in nice and tight to your rib cage. My triceps are pressed against the floor, full extension, exhale, full extension. Pull those handles to your shoulders. This allows for really good bicep isolation. So we're gonna do 30 seconds of that. And then the third exercise, we're gonna do a hammer curl with a stick. So nice and close, the bottom of the stick points up, tuck that elbow in, and pull the stick as your hand comes up to your shoulder. 30 seconds each side there. So we have the 2-arm server curl seated, we have the supine bicep curl, and then we have the 1-arm hammer curl, 30 seconds each exercise. So that finishes out shoulders, triceps, and biceps. Then we are going to move on to lower body. So again, we need to take the rope off, put the cable on, or the black handle. We have, the bench is okay to stay where it is. We have an RFE split squat with a row this time. So sink, pull, sink, row, row. As you stand, squeeze your glutes. 30 seconds each side there. Then we are going to do bench jumps. So a little bit of a sink, both feet land, and jump, step back down. If jumps are not okay, then they're just going to do alternating step-ups, alternating the leg that steps up, 30 seconds. And from there, we are going to do alternating plyo lunges. If plyo lunges are not good for them, then we're gonna have them do a soft knee, just ollie shuffle. Plyo lunges are a little bit of cardio. This is gonna help the clients get a little bit of cardio in as well. They're gonna do 2 rounds of that. So they have the RFE with a RFE split squat with a row, 30 seconds each side, bench jumps, 30 seconds, and then the alternating plyo lunges, 30 seconds. And then we have a challenge. So no cable. We're gonna do a 15-second RFE squat hold into 30 seconds of plyo lunges, switch to the other leg for a 15-second hold, 30 seconds of plyo lunges, just 1 round. Then we are going to move on to upper body. So for upper body, we're going to use the TRX straps. I have my TRX straps somewhere about hip height, no higher than our belly button. We're going to do a high pull. So I'm back on my heels, my arms are straight, and I'm opening up into a Y position. Keep those arms straight the entire time. Exhale as you pull yourself up. The second exercise is a 1-arm bicep curl. So you are curling with 1 arm, but you're also pressing with 1 arm. So it's not quite as hard as it sounds. Same setup. One palm is facing you, the other palm is facing away from you. You're gonna curl and press. Rotate those palms, curl and press. And you're just gonna continue rotating for 30 seconds. And then you're gonna go back to the high pull, and then you're gonna finish with a one-arm bicep curl. So we're gonna do that working block 2 times. And then we have another working block. Your client's gonna face your rig, but I'll face you so you can see. Straight arm pull down using the lat bar. Arms start overhead. Exhale as you pull the arms straight. Bar hits your hips, back to the top and back down. 30 seconds there. And then the second exercise for this, bilateral stance, hands are shoulder width. That's gonna be the resistance band with no handles. I'm gonna suggest orange. Some clients may wanna try red, but again, they have to sustain full range of motion for 30 seconds. So hands shoulder width, up and down. Before changing bands, I would suggest them to step further out for more tension, up and down. 2 times through both of those exercises, 30 seconds. Then we're gonna move on to a band burner. So we have 3 moves here. This is gonna be 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 30 seconds on. So we're gonna start with tricep kickback. They're gonna stand tall, hands start at your hips. Exhale as you press back for 30 seconds. Take a 10-second breather, and then we're gonna finish fast pulses to the back. The second exercise is going to be a fast pulse bicep curl. So they're gonna put their feet on the band. We're gonna start at 90 degrees, and we're just gonna pulse in the middle of a rep for 30 seconds. They're gonna get a 10-second rest, and then they're gonna go again for 30 seconds. And then the last one is shoulder circles. So I'm gonna suggest purple here. They're gonna go forward for 15 seconds, immediately switch to backwards for 15 seconds, take a 10-second rest, and then they're gonna go again forward for 15 and backwards for 15, and then we're finished with that circuit. The last circuit is a lower body finisher. We're gonna be on the S drive. So we have 3 moves here. The first one, we want the right handle all the way towards you. The left handle is gonna be somewhere between 1 and 3. One foot's gonna go on the outside of the S drive as we do that single leg hip extension, where you pull with your heel, drive back with your toe. 20 seconds, switch legs. Same thing, press back with your toe, 20 seconds. The second move, the left handle is gonna be all the way towards you. The right handle is gonna be all the way towards the wall on the highest setting there. Gonna lean in, hold on to the bar, and sprint as fast as you can. They're gonna turn around and immediately sink into a squat hold. On the S drive, they're not gonna use the strap at all, so they're just gonna sink and hold. And we're gonna do that circuit just once. 20-second single leg hip extension, 30-second sled sprint, and a 30-second squat hold. Then we're gonna move on to core. So for core, we need to take the nightstick up to about our elbow. We're gonna pull out, it's parallel to the ground, 30-second anti-rotational hold, face the opposite direction, 30-second anti-rotational hold each side. The second exercise is an alternating, or a circulating 3-point plank. So we're gonna get into a palm plank. We're gonna lift right hand, left foot, and right foot. Repeat right hand, left foot, and right foot. So we want them to kind of hold each move every time they lift for about a second. I would suggest circulating one direction for the first round, circulating the opposite direction for the second round. I don't know that it really matters, but it's my brain. So then the last exercise is alternating toe reaches. So the first option would be to scissor and use their obliques, lift their shoulders, exhale. The second option is for both legs to stay in the air, and they're just gonna reach for each toe. 30 seconds there, and we're gonna do 2 rounds of core. Anti-rotational press out hold each side, then we're gonna do the circulating 3-point plank for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna do the alternating toe taps for 30 seconds. And that's the end of the workout.